feeling that little bit, like the little wiggle. I'm expecting a bit of a headbanger on the gear shifts, and it's just passing me through that S-bend as if it wasn't even there.
Very precise with that V10.
Effortless, and the evolution of the Huracan. What is up, guys? Welcome to Supercars of London. You join me in Lamborghini Pangbourne's new Huracan EVO demo with none other than Craig, aka the Pangbourne Prince. That's what I've called you now.
Wow.
Is that good?
I am married, so I'm not sure how that Prince thing works.
Well, no, it doesn't. Well, no, it doesn't rhyme with Pangbourne King.
Okay. Double P.
Yeah.
P.
And this is the car that you have had sent from Lamborghini to show all of your customers just how good this car is.
Yeah. I mean, fabulous car. It's our first outing today. And
you've not experienced it from the passenger seat?
No. It's the first experience passenger seat. Last time I experienced it was the Imola race circuit.
That's the only time that you drove it?
Yeah.
So I had it on the track. The road drive, I'll be honest, wasn't that good. The roads in Bahrain aren't as good as we've got here in Pangbourne. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to exploring the four-wheel drive, the little brain that Lamborghini have put in this car, the LDVA, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
As well as getting your opinion on what makes this special, what makes it unique, where does it sit in the Lamborghini product line, because you know Lamborghinis better than I do, and I want to ask you a question on why you'd buy this over any other Lambo.
Me personally?
No. Yeah, but
okay.
Also
the audience. So Performante in my eyes is the closest thing you'll get to a track performing V10 for the road.
Yeah.
The Evo is the replacement to the 610.
Yeah.
But it does obviously have the same engine as Performante, but it's more of a road-going version. As a comparable, you'd say maybe like a GT3 RS be the Performante.
Yeah.
And a GT3 Touring, possibly.
Yeah. So a more usable, track-focused.
Yeah. Still got the performance, still got the pace on track, but the agility of it and the usability on the road is just increased.
So, did you see that? I just lifted off to change gear like I do in my Murcielago, but obviously you don't need to do that in this. But you get the like the nice little pops.
We'll go left here, please.
Okay. So, if I drop a window, I'll try and do it again. That's definitely not how you're supposed to drive a Huracan. It sounded terrible. Can you clear up something for me as I'm still indicating? So, the 610 has the 5.2 litre V10.
Correct, yeah.
And a lot of people that are in the know with Lamborghini say that this has got the same engine as the Performante. Doesn't the Performante have the same engine as the 610?
We'll revised exhaust and inlet manifold.
Right, okay. So that's where they get the additional power from.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Let's see how good it is. It's a rocket ship. This is why I love coming here, because the roads are so good. And you're probably thinking now, why are you in fifth and not in second?
No. I've been blessed with quiet roads today.
Oh, I tell you one thing that immediately springs to mind driving this hard in sport mode is how easy it irons out any road imperfections. Mm-hmm. Just cruising down this road, which is a great B road, but I can imagine in an Aventador or even in a Performante, it'd be like bouncing around. But this is like really quite a supple suspension system.
Yeah, the ride's improved now. It's now got a second generation mag ride setup. So
okay.
So it's even smoother.
Right, let's go for it here. Feel like as the tyres get closer to the edge of the road. The steering feels so much more direct. The front end just feels like you're in much more control over the front of the car because of the four-wheel steer. So actually it's the rear of the car that's helping the turning at the front.
Exactly,
that is transforming it into a much more, like you said, usable perf.
Yeah. It makes the front end feel a lot more pointy.
Yeah. Some might say like a Ferrari.
No,
Ferraris have got a good front end.
They have, yeah.
I don't like too many of the latest Ferraris, but you can't deny how like sharp they are.
Oh, very, very sharp and very dynamic. But I just think on a country lane, with
Yeah.
undulations, off
Yeah.
cambers,
Yeah.
it loses a bit of feel
Yeah.
at a higher speed where this doesn't.
Yeah, because of the power plant and the sound of this. What I love, and where I understand that it is the Performante engine, is the noise hasn't been compromised in this as opposed to the Performante. It's still as loud.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And I was worried driving it in Bahrain, being a Lamborghini car, being on track, they might have opened the exhaust up that little bit more because it's track, like you really want to feel a raw experience of it. So I was driving over here going, I wonder if their demo that is categorically a production car is going to be as loud as the ones that I was driving in Bahrain, but it is literally exactly the same.
Great bit of road this. Just
Oh, is it?
flows. Yeah, really nice. Just flows.
You can feel everything underneath you moving and adapting to the tarmac,
Yeah.
to your throttle response, to your steering, and that's what the brain does. It literally reads every single driver input every millisecond, or not quite every millisecond, but so quickly that it's registering so much of the road that the car then adapts to the way that you're driving.
Yeah, no, I think with that it doesn't. Sorry to interrupt. But I don't think it feels numb. I think it still feels very direct, and you're in control.
Yeah.
You know, to put that across.
It works with you rather than for you.
Yeah. So why would you buy a Huracan EVO over a Performante?
So, looking at what the Perf stands for and it being such a special product, I would buy a Performante and I would spec it with the full-on race seats so that it keeps you in, and I would literally drive it on the weekends only when the weather's good. I would keep it on the Pirelli Corsas and just hoon it, but also take it to the track as well. This, I feel like I would use it how I use my Huracan. I'd take it on road trips, I'd take it down to I'd enjoy it on a much larger scale, and it would be able to take the miles better.
Yeah.
And it's comfier. The one thing left that I would have liked to have seen, being the Performante Touring, is more boot space.
Okay.
But I know it's impossible to get more boot space.
Soft bags behind us here.
Yeah, but
Fabulous.
yeah, the only thing that, but it comes with the way that these cars are built now. There's so much underneath the shell of the car that obviously Lamborghini are building the storage space as large as it can. I just don't think it's big enough for the road trips.
You just need to pack soft bags.
Yeah,
Squish
it all in. I did 7,000 miles in my Huracan in about 6 months. Probably not that many people that will do that many miles so quickly in their car. I drove it down to the south of France, I took it to Italy, and I racked the miles up, and I feel like this car would be the perfect Grand Tourer in the Lamborghini package. Because the Aventador is a little bit smaller inside, it's probably a little bit worse on fuel, and it's just
a little bit. Yeah.
But it's just that it's a little bit bigger. This can nip in and out of the cities.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was going to scrape any wing mirrors driving through Rome in my car. So, very long-winded answer, but that's why I'd buy a Huracan EVO.
I can take that, it's fine. Fabulous, we'll work some figures when we get there.
Do you know what? Let's end the video with that, because I actually want to know how much it'll cost per month.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. That'd be a good idea.
Because no one's really talked about
No,
the finance.
affordability.
Yeah.
No, they don't,
Yeah.
bizarrely. That could be a nice not to delve in it too much, but just a bit of an idea.
Yeah. Just to
As an example.
exactly. Well, we're now back at Lamborghini Pangbourne, and this is how busy the Huracan EVO is. As it returns, Craig has just taken out someone who has a deposit down, and apparently the customer in that car has spec'd it in Orancio Borellius, which is the same as my rear-wheel drive Huracan. So that is going to be beautiful. I think Craig's driving, because no one else would put it in launch in some traffic. But this is how much the Huracan EVO is in demand. It is really exciting, seeing as that's a 610-4. And look at this. This is currently the Lamborghini showroom. We didn't talk about it, but inside they're having a massive renovation going on in there. So much building work that Lamborghini at the moment are pinched for space. They've parked their cars up here, they've got all of their demonstrators in a line, and that is it. So whilst Craig goes back out in the Huracan EVO, I have got some finance quotes on that car, some finance examples based on 30 grand deposit and 50 grand deposit. Craig told me this on the way back because he got them sent over from their HRO and finance advisor. 30 grand deposit on a Huracan EVO at 220 grand with 5,000 miles a year over 4 years comes out at £2,400 per month, which sounds a lot of money, but for a 220 grand car, that's fairly reasonable. If you want to put 50 grand in as a deposit, it's going to come out at 1,500 quid a month. So that is how you get the monthly payments down on the Huracan EVO with a 50 grand deposit, 1,500 quid a month for a brand new Huracan EVO. It's not bad going. I'm going to wait for Craig to get back and then we will sign out from the video, say goodbye to the Lamborghini Pangbourne dealership for one last time before I come back at the showroom launch, which I believe is going to take place next month. Is that how we're going to end the video?
Yeah, why not?
Go on then. What are you going to say? New showroom coming soon. What do you think of the Huracan EVO? Because now you've driven it, you took those guys out who have all got one on order.
You want me to say that to you?
The camera's rolling.
Oh, sorry.
You're such a pro.
sorry. What do I think of the Huracan EVO?
Yeah.
I think it's fabulous.
Yeah.
Absolutely fabulous. Steering wheel's not quite as good as this. It feels incredibly agile at speed.
Yeah.
Very pointy on the front end, and it all works very well together. I always thought under braking on a country lane, gentle braking, you'd feel twitching around a lot more on the road, but you don't at all.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
Very planted.
And I think around here, you know, if you wanted to do a U-turn on a road where you've got a lay-by and a junction, it's one movement.
Four-wheel steer.
Yeah.
At its best. I mean, we found that with the Aventador S, that car there, and how agile that became with four-wheel steer. So the Huracan, which was already a fairly agile car, has become even more.
Yeah.
So
more usable.
Yeah.
So when I've built the showroom,
yeah,
you guys can come down and drive some EVOs.
To all of my viewers,
yeah.
Craig says it there.
Some of the viewers are buyers, of course.
Yeah.
And the flexible finance options we can offer, you know, makes sense. Yeah.
1,500 quid a month, 50k down.
Yeah, okay.
It's not bad.
Just say the 50k fast.
Yeah. 50k. Right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, massive thank you to HRO and Craig and Lamborghini Pangbourne. That is the end of the video. What a beautiful day.
I know.
We've had rubbish weather for the last 5 days or so, and then as soon as the EVO turns up, I come down and look at the weather. Absolutely beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.